Okay, hi everyone. Welcome, and absolutely fantastic to have you all here today. So for those of you that I've met quite a few of you before, thanks to social media and other environments. For those that I haven't met, my name's Nicola. I'd like to welcome everyone to Thriving Minds webinar presented through Quest for a Thousand Voices. Some of you I've met in person, others virtually, thanks to social media, and some this is our first time connecting. It is so exciting to be here today presenting to you. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to join us. This is the first commitment to saying yes to you, your business, your success, and importantly, your clients' results. Today, we are focusing on uncovering and discovering your business niche. And what does your niche say about you? Before I continue, I wanted to give you a little background on who we are at Thriving Minds. I, along with my business partner, Kylie Neal, have a mission to create healthy bodies and minds throughout Australia and overseas. We believe that before you can create a healthy body, you need to create a healthy mind. Between us, we combine an expertise in psychological coaching, yoga teaching, HR management, and training and facilitation. We combine 30 years of experience in these fields and really honestly cannot wait to share this with you and our stories and discoveries along the way. Kylie and I both come from a retail and corporate background where we have worked for global companies, national companies, a business within another business, support and consultancy roles, and more. The one thing that all of these companies and businesses had in common was that they all, in their own sectors and industries, had and have a niche which enables them to stand out in the marketplace as a leader, a specialist, expert, offering their service or product to their target audience. What these companies and businesses did and do really well at is marketing themselves at their prospective clients. So they are identified for precisely what they do. For Kylie and I, starting our business, this was a key takeaway. Hi, Kylie, welcome. This was a key takeaway. We knew we needed a niche. The question was, firstly, why? For then, what and how? Through this webinar and training, we're going to take you through the why, what, and how of defining a great business niche. How does that sound to you? Please let me know. We'd love to hear from you. Great. Fabulous. Perfect. Thank you. Every business, no matter how big or small, this is imperative to have. So would you find it beneficial to know the secrets behind this? Beautiful. Okay, great. Let's get started. Okay, we seem to have a problem with a few people being able to hear audio. Let me just check. Just checking if you can all hear me. Okay, excellent. I just had Sharon say she can't hear me. Sharon, how are you going right now? Have you got audio? I can see that you've come in on a phone, so I'm just wondering if it's got anything to do with that. If you want to just reply in the chat box, that would be great. And we'll keep going until we hear back from Sharon. Okay, so the next screen that you see in front of you is what represents the webinar navigational slide. if you're dialing into the webinar from a computer, this is what you're going to see. I want to draw your attention to several icons. Firstly, you can see that all attendees are in listener-only mode. Reason why we do this is because when we have so many people on the call, we don't get a very clear line. So we will keep it on listener-only mode for now. Now, what makes a fun and exciting webinar is hearing from you and getting the interaction. So please say hi and comment throughout so I know that you're there, because otherwise me speaking to myself sometimes can get a little bit monotonous. So it'd be great to hear from you and get some interaction, and also to know that you're obviously you're still with us on the webinar, because we've got some gems for you. So definitely want to make sure that you get to hear those so we can get you cracking with your niche. So you will also notice that there is a hand icon on the left-hand toolbar. If you can all put your hand up now so I can see you know where it is, that would be great. Okay, excellent. Great, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. That's great. Thanks. So we all know where the hand is, which is perfect. You can use this or the chat box when you want to comment or ask a question. So now that we know how the GoToWebinar works, let's get started with, let's get cracking with the actual webinar. How does that sound? Yeah, pretty good to me too. Lovely, thank you. Okay, so this oh, sorry, bear with me a moment. I'm actually coming to you live from Bali, if you would believe it. So I am just trying to get all the technical things happening at the moment. So it's always fun and games. So cool. Think we're ready to rock and roll. So what exactly is a niche? A niche is focusing on a particular area, getting specific in an industry where you have a tangible portion of the market. So, for example, this could be being a bodybuilder coach or a personal trainer focused on weight loss. So, why would you have a niche? I'd love to hear from you. What would your thoughts be on why you would have a niche? Okay, getting some answers through now. To set you aside from the generalists out there? Yep. Steve, to have a target audience? Yep, great, perfect. An identity? Yep. Okay, excellent. Yep, all great answers. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, in essence, that you're all on the right track. This is to give you a speciality in the marketplace. It's really about propelling you forwards and upwards from the generalists in your space. When you have a target audience who are looking for a particular service or product, and you are the expert in this field, they're coming to you as the specialist. So that is really the crux of why we have a niche. Does anyone have any questions, comments, or feedback so far? All sounding pretty good? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so in front of you can see what I'm calling the model. So what do we mean by the model? When we start off doing anything, we'll enter a profession as the apprentice in this field. I know that we have got some people on the call that are from the coaching background, other people from the fitness background as well, which are personal trainers, weight loss management, nutritionists, etc. So whenever you've entered your profession, you've entered as an apprentice. This is where we're at entry level. We're studying the trade to learn the skills we need to know to move up the ladder. This is where we're extremely reliant on those ahead of the game to teach us what we need to know and to do to get the job done. This stage is where fight or flight happens, where we can move on to the next stage or decide this isn't the profession for us or the business for us. This is actually where 7 out of 10 new businesses in Australia fail in the first year. Scary, huh? Yeah, I know. Well, we at Thriving Minds, we've been there, and there's a lot of businesses out there that it's fight or flight. So, what can make the difference? How to ensure success and move into your second year of business? The key. A lot of new business owners even do not factor in or emphasize is sales and marketing. How big a percentage would you think that sales and marketing has on your business? I'd love to hear from you. 70%? Yeah? Great, thank you. Natalie? 60%? Yeah, excellent. Thank you so much for the feedback, guys, and for your estimates. You're really, really close. It's actually, in fact, this needs to account for 80%. 80% of the time that we spend for sales and marketing on our business should be 80% of the time. Massive. The reason why, without sales and marketing, where is our business going to be? This is what is going to give us the success we are looking for. So if you stay with us through our webinar program, where we go through this in more detail for sales and marketing. How does that sound to you? Stay with us? Love it. Perfect. Lots of yeses going on there. Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so in this model, the next stage is the technician, which is the majority of where the world sits at this particular model. This is considered to be the workhorse of the workplace, believe it or not. This can be where a business is doing all they can to get clients through the door, working really hard in the generalist area. However, they remain in the building stage of the business. Does anyone feel like they've ever been a technician before? I know I have. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Okay, lots of yeses. Well, once graduating from technician, mastery is this stage. We would all like to master a skill, whether it is cooking an unfamiliar dish, learning a new language, or creating a successful business. Mastering a skill helps us grow our character and increase our knowledge and credibility on a subject or in a particular area. Being a master, experts say you need 10,000 hours under your belt until you are here. Crazy, huh? Most people however, want results as quickly as possible. They want to become the best at something as fast as they can. It just doesn't, unfortunately, work that way. I mean, I have to say there are times when I think, God, I wish I was there. But the good things don't always come easy, do they? They want to become the best at something as fast as they can. So the good news is it doesn't take rocket science to achieve mastery. Once you have mastery, which is choosing your niche, standing out from the crowd and being the specialist in your field, then you have a market, a target audience, and people that have a specific need for you and your business. How does that sound? Something that you think you'd like to do, like to hear more about? Just let me know in the chat box what your thoughts, feedback, and comments are. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot about modeling that comes into it. Thank you for that. Modeling is probably modeling someone who's an expert in their field is definitely a way to help you get to mastery. So that's what the apprentice do. That's what the technicians do in their field. So that's what's going to help you get to mastery with, more quickly than having to do something 10,000 times. So yeah, great comments and feedbacks. Thanks, guys. Okay, so it begins with you. I'm sure, well, most of you know who Cadel Evans is, who won Le Tour de France. So how do we achieve mastery right from the beginning? How did Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, and Cadel Evans become the masters of their craft? What did they do to get to where they got to? They expected mastery from the beginning. They acted as if they already had it. They knew where the finish line was, and they did everything they had to do in order to get there. So, one of the most important factors to achieving mastery is the attitude. There has to be the desire, passion for what you are doing and the service you are providing your clients. Learning from the best. All successful people out there have people that they have modeled who are where they want to be, i.e., Cadel Evans, Michael Jordan, etc. Who would your models be? I'd like you to take a moment to think about it and let me know in the chat box of who perhaps your business models would be. Okay, I've got a few coming through. Richard Branson, Alan Sugar, Donald Trump even, Anthony Robbins. Okay, excellent. Quite a few out there. Michelle Bridges. Yeah, beautiful. It's really, really important to identify with a model. Oh, even the Osborne twins. Yeah, really, really important to identify with a model or models. These are people that you can relate to who are already at where you want to be. And by modeling what they do, how they think, what they say, how they dress, how they interact with people will enable you to get there so much more quickly. So learning from the best, all successful people out there have people that they model, as we said, who who are where they want to be. They will think, walk, and talk the talk of their model to achieve the results their model has. I can totally hear you screaming, 10,000 hours. That's how I felt when I first heard 10,000 hours is what it takes to expect to achieve mastery. However, that's the number that experts say it takes to reach true mastery. But that doesn't mean that you need to be the next Bill Gates or Mozart in order to become a master at it. You do, however, need to practice at a skill enough times until it seems perfect to you. When you have this kind of mentality, whether or not you're trying to be the best at it, this will mean you will be able to learn any new skill quickly, eventually master it, and also be able to excel faster than anybody else who is trying to acquire the same skill in their business as you. How does that sound? Yeah? Okay, beautiful. So, what is a niche? What is the niche? And what is your niche? Three important questions. So, it comes down to what is niching? So, this is a specific segment of the marketplace who have a problem, who are willing to go out and spend money to create a solution, and that you are able to reach them. Your target clientele need to be in a place where they congregate. Why? Because this means you can find them. So where would you be looking for your clientele, for your target audience? Well, if it's online, this could be blogging. This could be discussion groups. It could be on LinkedIn. It could be on PR web. It could be on, bringing traffic to your website. So there's lots of places where you are able to find your target audience and clientele, and make sure that they are congregating in one space so that you're able to target them. Also, networking events. Networking events are where people like to congregate, and you may be able to go to specific networking events. So if your niche is health and fitness, you may be able to go to a networking event specifically for health and fitness. Or if your niche is business, you may go to a business networking event. So there are quite a few networking events that happen throughout Australia or the different locations that you're at. It's doing the research to find out where they are and make sure that you get to them. The people at these networking events are willing to spend money. Those are the people that you are wanting to target with your niche. So the people that are wanting to buy, you just need to give them the reason of why they are buying. Okay, so anything that is measurable and gets a return on investment in terms of money is the best niche on the planet. So you could be looking at marketing mentoring, the quality of leads and quality of conversions. In health and fitness, there's a lot of opportunities as well as coaching. So I know we've got quite a few of coaches and health and fitness professionals on the call. So something important to remember as well is that a niche isn't where you want to go into necessarily. It is actually where people want to spend money. So you may be passionate about a particular area, but that particular area may not be a niche that is necessarily got a great target audience. The target audience you may be looking at is where they're looking at spending, the dollar signs, that you have a product or a solution to their problem. You really, honestly and truly, whether this is literally or figuratively, you need a big sign saying, I have a big solution here to feed the starving crowd. And why? Because they will bite. You really need to be looking for a starving crowd when you're talking about your niche. And when I say this, I mean a crowd that are really on the point of pain versus pleasure. They're at pain where they really need someone to come along and give them the solution to the problem that they need. We can't solve their problem, but we can have a solution that can help them with their problem if this is something that they are looking for. So the big question is, why starving crowd? Why starving crowd do you need to feed, or which starving crowd do you need to feed? So what is a successful niche? This is where there is a starving crowd, as we said before, where they will be willing to go out and spend money again and again and again on getting a solution to their problem. So you need a specific problem, and there needs to be a specific tool to solve this problem. So when you're going out to your clients, you need to know what problem you're looking at solving before you go out there to them. So has anybody got any ideas from the discussion that we're having so far about a problem, a solution to a problem, or a niche that you're actually looking at getting into? Love to hear from you. Okay, so we've got some people weight loss coaching. Yeah. Mindset training with fitness professionals. Brilliant. I love that. Got someone else, decision making. Leadership. Okay, excellent. Great, guys. Great responses. That's great. Perfect. All on the right track there. So the people that we're looking at in terms of our niche and target audience, they're repeat buyers who spend money consistently. Have you ever come across someone providing a solution to your problem? Think of a problem that you may have had at one point in time. And once you've got that problem, think about what solved that solution for you. What solved that problem? What was the solution? And how did that get solved by the person who is providing the solution to you? This is what your audience is looking for. This is what your potential clientele are looking for. They're looking for a solution to the problem. And with the example that you're thinking of, how did it make you feel? So this is the solution you're providing for your hungry crowd. And because of this, it will create a monthly income that keeps increasing for you. Yep, lovely. We get solutions every day. Thank you, Kylie. So we need to find out what the problem is and then find out what the solution is and really provide this. It sounds simple, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, it actually can be if we follow the process. So we need to give the why and the what. And then once they know they need you, provide the how. So don't give them everything at once. It's really important to give them the why. So why they need the solution, what the solution is, and then how you can provide this solution. And then you can solve this together as a team. Something that you can look at maybe offering your clients is that you can provide a 12-week program for them, as an example. So week 1, you can say, what do you want to achieve and where do you want to be at the end of it? Each week, I will walk you through something concrete and tangible to get you to reaching your target audience and outcome. How does that sound to you? This could be something that you approach with clients that you have in order to give them, this solution to the problem that they're looking for. So having a successful niche is also about giving your audience and clientele a piece of you to take away. So what do I mean by this? What do you think I mean by this? A recording? Yeah, excellent. A CD? Yeah, lovely. A book? Yes. A gift pack? Yeah, lovely. Thank you. Great answers. So yeah, this is where your products come into play, because this is when your clients love you and want a piece of you at home. They have resources to pull out whenever they want. This engages a partner or family member in their journey they are embarking on. So sometimes, we all need support at the end of the day. So when your clients are going home and they need to engage with you as a coach, a fitness professional, or whichever niche that you're actually in or industry that you're in, your clients will sometimes need a second opinion. So by them being able to take a piece of you away to their family, this is going to show their family what you're all about, and then you'll, in effect, have more support from the family and the people at home for your clients or your potential clients. So we will actually be covering product creation in more detail later through this webinar series. So stay tuned and we'll let you know when that webinar comes about. So when you have a great niche, people are not just buying one CD, one DVD, or one box set. They're buying everything you have to offer. You want to know who to sell to. Sell to someone who has already bought and they will buy again, rather than trying to convince someone that this is what they need. So can I ask, does anyone actually have any products that they're putting out there at the moment to clients? If you're in the health and fitness world, you'll see that Michelle Bridges is the queen of products. She's got everything from books to ebooks to CDs, DVDs. Coaching world is the same thing. You've even, and chefs, they've got their books. So something that's really, really important in this day and age to be able to give a piece of you away for your clients to take home. It also means that you're not always on all the time as well. So it's not always your time that's actually costing you money. Okay. So the secret's to knowing what your niche wants. So it's really important to know your market and competitors. Reach the top three and see what they are saying. So you've got to really do your research and see what the top three, who they are, what they're doing, what they're saying, what they're offering, because this will give you your benchmark and know where you stand in the marketplace and what to do. Through your market research with competitors and industry partners, affiliates, you will be able to identify a gap in the market, which will mean you can create your point of difference. Where are your people hanging out? So where do you think your people are currently hanging out? Networking events, yeah. It's good to get quite specific. So think about what networking events. Are they going to breakfast ones, dinner ones? Are they, location wise, whereabouts are they? So it's good to really sort of get quite specific to find out where your people are going to be. Okay. Yep, I've got some other people, blogs, discussion boards. Great. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people, online and social media is absolutely massive now. So discussion boards and blogging sites are fantastic, and it's great to be able to get yourself seen here and heard as a person in the industry to know. This is where you start becoming the expert in your field, and people start knowing you as the expert. So the more you get yourself out there, the more you're seen and heard. You've got people commenting on your blogs, liking your blogs. People are sharing what you're saying. You can get, advertised, your articles advertised or published. This is where you're surely on your way to moving up that ladder of the model from apprentice to technician to master. Great. Okay, so a couple of other sort of points on here as well. So write down in specific language the problem to be solved in the market. And I think we touched on that earlier as well. So it's really important to be able to language what the problem is in your market. And so then you can actually show where you can add value and what the solution is that you've got to the problem. Write a list of everything your market says it wants and match this with your list. So, it's really important to actually listen and hear what your market is saying at once. Just go out there, do a survey, speak to, 10 people who there are to know in the industry and find out what it is that they're actually saying is happening right now, what's missing and what they need. That's the first step really to be able to find out what it is that you can offer. So, guys, any questions, comments, or feedback so far? Cool, you're loving it? Brilliant. Perfect. All right, well, let's keep cracking with the secrets. Okay, so a key player here is to know your competitors. Have you ever heard the saying, keep your friends close and your enemies even closer? Yeah, I have. Well, this is what I am talking about to a point. Know what the big dogs out there are doing, saying, offering, promoting, and what you can do better. When you're in the early stages, whether that is when you are starting out or entering a new stage of the business. Have a trusted circle where you can test material and information on to see where this lands. This is a great asset to have. From here, you can get testimonials to gain credibility. Having that trusted circle of people that you can bounce ideas off is a really, really good idea. I know other people have done it, and at Thriving Minds, we're modeling that. So anything that you find other people are doing that are working, please. And this is what all the information that we share with you is things that have been done, tried, and tested. So definitely something to recommend. Okay. Cool. So how are we going, guys? Beautiful. Alrighty. So you can see in front of you the wheel of life, or the wheel of a niche. So when launching your niche and living and breathing your niche, you will be riding the wheel. You can see on the page on your screen. You will find that you will be constantly rotating on the wheel above. So going around and around and around. So a niche business idea. The first step of finding a niche market is having an innovative and profitable, unique business idea, focusing on marketing segment with less or no competition. That at the end of the day, with no competition, how realistic is that? I think there is always going to be competition, to be honest. I think, what's important is to know who your competition is and to find out what's going to set you aside from the marketplace. So find that one thing that is going to make you different from the next person or the next person or the next person, within your niche. It's very important, and I think we touched on this before, to know who your competitors are. Knowing who your competitors are and what they give and what they sell and how much they're selling for allows you to know what's happening out there and what your clients expect and what can you do to raise the bar. Okay. So market research. Market research is the second step. As we said, 80% of our time should be spent on sales and marketing, which is a lot of what this niche wheel is about. So with market research, you must be sure that that you are aware of who your competitors are, which we said before. This means if anyone has diffused into your target market before you, it is knowing who they are and what they are about. You need a market research to know how many customers you can have. So knowing who your customers are, how many customers your competitors currently have, and how many customers are out there for you to be able to target. And again, that comes down to where are they congregating, getting more specific. There are lots of ways to learn market size. If you can, then hire a good market research company. However, it does come down to money as well. And when you're starting off, money is always the essence, isn't it? So if you can't, then social networks are the best tool to research potential of a niche market. This is what we have done at Thriving Minds. For example, if your audience is business people, business social networks are LinkedIn and Zing are the best places to look for. Also, you can look at hobby sites and special forums, and even Google will help you. The internet provides more ability to target than traditional media. So product or service creation becomes easier since you will know which people are potentially customers for you. Great. Okay, so this then takes us on to financial research. If you want to earn more money, you must have a good financial research before you start your business. Niche business brings high marginal profit to their owner. If you don't have an income model, then it means you don't know how to make money from this niche market. So it's really, really important to know where your financials are going to be coming from. Your accountant will tell you that. And to be fair with you, you've also got to know when to outsource. So if this is something that isn't your strength, so to say, then look at outsourcing it, like with an admin assistant or a virtual assistant. One of the first things I'll be looking at outsourcing, I can tell you. Okay, so this then takes us on to internet marketing. So internet marketing, who has ideas of what internet marketing could be? Social media, yeah, like Facebook, Google competitors. Yeah, okay, great. Thanks, guys. A niche marketer's first task is to communicate their key message to the audience. So the web has very broad reach capability, as we know. I mean, what will we do without the web? What will we do without Google now? It's like, it feels like it's been around forever, wouldn't you say? Yeah. So internet gives us more ability to target the customers. Profiling and segmenting customers is easier than the traditional mediums like television. For example, you have an advertisement campaign and target people living in the big cities like London, New York, Sydney, and even Melbourne. You can only estimate how many people have watched your advertisement and come to you to buy your services or products. However, internet advertisement can show you who clicks your ads and come to your website to buy your services or products. Internet marketing activities are all easily measurable and you can see the reactions immediately. How does that sound? Pretty good. Yeah, love it. Getting lots of love it's. One of the most important tricks for the internet marketing is making your customers feel themselves as a member of the invaluable community. Something that we are doing, or we hope that we're doing at Thriving Minds. That's what the feedback we're getting from you guys anyway. This is so hard because state of belonging comes from Hearth. This is so easy because you have an efficient tool named social networking. Interactivity is another advantage of internet marketing. The increasing ease of use makes the internet the most interactive marketing media. Consumers want and like to comment on your products or services. And if you respond to their wishes quickly, then you'll become a love mark. So what's a love mark? Well, you've got people liking, sharing, enthused in your product, and you're giving something back. They're just going to want to keep giving back to you as well. So it's a give and take. Yeah, we spoke about this before as well, but once you're at the stage where you're able to outsource this, it's a really, really good idea to hire a social media agency to reach the website audience you want with the relevant targeted ads. Before this, then you can do all of the above that we just spoke about. So many things that you're able to do that are free or at minimal cost due to the great social media avenues that we have today. So, what is king in this niche wheel? Well, let me tell you, innovation is the king. It's absolutely true that innovation is the king in the niche marketing world. Initially, you must have innovation, which is the idea. Why? Why do we think that is so important? New ideas. Yeah, exactly. We've got to keep growing. We've got to keep, being innovative. If we stay still, if we're not growing, then, who's going to keep wanting our business, our products, more of us? So it's all about the growth. So the competition will come to you at the speed of light. So once you're that person who's got the innovation, you're going to have people coming to you, modeling you, copying you. There will be many competitors which will want to take your market. Even the super niche markets face competition. The key action to protect your business is living with innovation. You must improve your services or products frequently by product service innovations. So before they copy your idea, you must serve new features to your customers. To me, I think if you are someone that is innovative within your field and you're someone that, wants to share what you have, then you're not worried about people coming to you copying what you're doing. It's not about that. It's all about modeling, which we spoke about before. So if you are ahead of the game and always innovative and looking to see what your competitors are doing, be sure that they are looking to see what you are doing as well. So every niche business must cycle through these 5 steps to survive, and it will be a constant rotation around and around and around, as we said before. So, how are you feeling about the niche wheel? Any thoughts, comments, or feedback before we move on? Love the niche wheel. Yeah, I love it too. I love it too. Yeah, thank you. With a big dollar sign in the middle. Because, at the end of the day, we're here because we have a love for something. You might have a passion for something, but you're really the crux of it here is to be able to make money from whatever it is that you're doing. Yeah, a lot of work, but worthwhile. Absolutely. You know what? There is a lot of work in the beginning. Um, you know, the work, you're setting up your standards and your procedures and your groundwork so that you can then grow your plants, your trees on top of it. So without doing all of these things, your business is not going to come into fruition. So it's really, really important. Great. Thanks, guys. You're absolutely on fire tonight. Thanks for your questions and your feedback and your comments. Okay, so what's next? So, the 3 steps to defining your niche. What have you got to think about? You've got to think about what is being delivered. If what you want to deliver isn't being delivered, you've got to really wonder, is this a niche? Perhaps not. What do? You look for the central point, the connection of what they need and you can offer. What can you offer? You've got to know what they want. And how can you find out what they want? You can find out through research blogs and discussion groups, etc., things that we spoke about earlier in the webinar. You've got to find the starving crowd, guys. You've got to find the crowd that wants to take a bite of the cake that you've got or a bit of the carrot, whatever you want to call it. Okay? Really, really important. You've got to make sure that they're hungry enough to buy. So the key criteria of what to look for: is there a starving crowd? Can you reach your starving crowd? How will you reach them? Will they spend money? Is there at least one direct marketer in the niche? And at the same time, it's really important to know, is there someone already doing what you're doing? Because if there is, then you really know that there's an audience for it. So how does that sound? Any ideas? Any questions, comments, or feedback on defining your niche or the criteria to look for? Yeah, pretty simple, huh? Yeah, you're loving it. Yeah, that's right. The more you're talking about these things, the clearer it gets. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, how to create your niche? Well, they have to have a problem. We've said this quite a few times throughout the webinar. They are hungry for the solution. They will spend money to solve it. They invest in themselves. You can reach them. Someone else is a success in the niche, which we said before. Find your point of difference which sets you aside and above from the rest. You can stand out. Business to business is easiest, however, it doesn't always need to be. And selling money at a discount is easiest of all. So when you are offering your early bird specials or giving value, packaging things up is a really, really great way to go. People always like to know that they're getting value for money. Cool. How does that sound, guys? Beautiful. Okay. All right. So, we are edging towards the end of tonight's webinar. It's been so fantastic having you all here tonight. So, what have we spoken about? We've spoken about defining a niche, the model, climbing the ladder, going from apprentice to technician to master, and modeling other people in order to get to mastery. How to become a master, the secrets to a niche. The niche wheel. Love the niche wheel, huh? Yep. Okay, how to create your niche. Oh, and we've just jumped ahead. Okay, cool. So that is pretty much everything that we've gone over, guys, for our webinar tonight. We do go into more detail, and we do have a lot more information on how to apply this to your business, which is really, really exciting. So, a niche is extremely important to know what it is, so you can go out to your market and be able to be, the expert in your field. So, as always, we have a special offer that we like to give our clients that are on the webinar tonight. So we'd love for you to join us. And if you'd like to apply for our Niches to Riches coaching program, we would love for you to contact us. So what we're offering is in 6 weeks, over 6 sessions, we'll work with you to help you uncover, discover, and define your niche. Get clear on who you are, who your market is, and what you're providing your clients. So if you feel right now you're a generalist in your field and looking to stand out in the marketplace, then contact us on my email address below within the next 24 hours to receive the webinar special promo offer. And we can talk you through what there is involved in the Niches to Riches coaching program. Wonderful. So, yeah, everyone knows Seinfeld. Yeah? Okay, well, most people do. So, ever had a Seinfeld moment where you're stuck in your head and you're thinking, I need to get out? I know I have. So, the best way to get out of your head is to talk, ask questions. So, if you've got any questions, ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to ask me in the chat box. I'm going to be here for the next minute or so. Otherwise, you can come through to our Facebook page or contact me on my email address. So we love to hear from you. We really, really do. And, we love the interaction, whether it's on our Facebook page, on our webinars, through our workshops, events, seminars, etc. Absolutely, absolutely love to hear from you all of the time. So, please make sure you come through whenever you got a question, because we're always here to help. Got a few people that are asking about the Niches to Riches coaching program. So please get in touch with me on the email address, and we'll make a time to speak, phone, Skype, whichever you prefer, and we can go into more detail. Okay. So I want to thank you all for being here tonight and taking time out of your hump day on a Wednesday. It's I know time is valuable, and putting time towards you and saying yes to you and yes to your business is the first step forward. So Absolutely love it. So thanks, guys. And until next time, take care of yourselves. And remember, healthy mind creates a healthy body. Chat to you soon. Bye.